I added this thing called Perilsync. I don't know if we're going to use it in the long run, but
yeah, can you explain that? I saw it and I was like, oh, parallel sync. And I was like, nope, that's not what that word is.
it's supposed to be Perilsync. I think they just wanted to be clever about it. You basically, this is our project folder. Notice there's a folder in there called Unity_clone_0. I don't know how it knows, but it knows that is a clone folder that it created. And if I go into that, maybe it's just the name scheme. You can see barely, probably, because this is small text. Let me bump up the font size by 1. That the assets and project settings folders are actually symbolic links.
Oh, that's cool.
To the Unity folder, right? Oh, and then there's a parallel. Oh, there's a .clone and a Perilsync arg. This is probably how it knows. Clever. So what that ends up being is that I can go to this Perilsync menu and go to the clones manager.
What?
I can open. So I created a clone already, but you can add a new one. And what it does is it takes about 30 seconds to like copy your shit over to a new directory and set this up. And then I can just open a new editor.
Oh.
And I wait for that to fire up.
Now, I didn't know that you could have 2 Unity editors open at once. I thought when you open a project, you just overwrite the current editor. That's great.
You know, I didn't know that either, but here we are, living our best lives.
So now you can multiplayer.
Yeah. So this, I want to actually do a window view that is like just
game.
Just the game. Can I do that? No, I can't.
So if you right click on the game tab and select maximize. Boom.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Change my life.
I'm good for it, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll play over here. And I'll play over here. And in principle, this will optimize our lives by the tiny amount of time it takes to actually build the build.
The build is pretty slow.
The build is getting slower and slower, right?
Yeah.
So I can start the server here, or I can play over here, I'll join the server, and look at that.
Amazing.
A red interloper. I was having a real good time like trying to fight things by setting up walls and shooting things.
Yeah.
I don't know if it gave me any super concrete ideas on what to do, but like, I don't know. I think there's a lot to just like creating your own little shield that's temporary and then going around it.
Yeah,
we've always talked about like doing resource gathering to like build the walls. What if the walls were like force fields, or like some version of the wall was just like a force field that you created? And what that means is that you have mana basically, and maybe the walls don't last that long, or maybe they're even not permanent. You know. Not only do they get destroyed, but they have a timer on them.
I was thinking that, having a cooldown for the wall placement, or like a number of walls you can have out at a time would make a lot of sense. And like anything that lets you have twice as many walls out or have them last twice as long is like a good power up too. Yeah.
And maybe it actually makes sense that there's a range in which you can create the field of possibilities is massive, and so this is why it's good to be in Unity, is we can prototype relatively easily.
Yep.
I like the idea. I've always liked the idea of having the builder. The builder is just an implementation challenge, though. Right?
Yeah.
It's got pathfind. We got to keep track of it. It's its own thing that can be killed. That kind of thing.
Yep. But it is cool though. But yeah, I really enjoy the current setup with walls. Do we have a skybox?
Oh, no, it's not a skybox. This is just the wall, the world boundary.
It is. I mean, the camera is rendering the skybox. We can turn that off, but
oh yes, there is a skybox up here as well. Yeah. All right.
It looks really cool now. I like the aesthetic. I like the teams. It's pretty neat.
Yeah. You want to walk me through some of the stuff that you worked on recently?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is going to be one of those awkward things where you tell me where to go and I'll just go to it.
Sure. Well, hop on over to the Team Network Manager, which is in this directory you're in right now. Yeah, so we did some stuff with sending a message from client create last time.
Yeah.
I tossed all that out and just overwrote the server ad player.
Just going to do some cleanup in passing.
Is that? Yeah.
Sorry, I was just going to do some drive-by cleanup.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is basically copied from the mirror source, and then we do player affiliation based on a count that we're keeping track of as a private variable. It's super easy, nothing to it. Yeah, but now every player gets red or blue teams on alternating. That is
the
significance
of the name? This is not your code.
I believe it is the name that shows up in the sidebar, though. Because otherwise you see player prefab clone as the...
Oh, the sidebar over here.
Yeah, because you can see the game object spawn over there,
yeah. We get the affiliation, and then, okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
And add player for connection.
Yep. Also not my code, that's just how it's going.
Okay.
So it's like basically I inserted lines 17 to 19 in the into like what was the basic on server ad player. But it works great, super simple. And then if you go over to the
so this is basically just copied code from the parent class. Is that the idea?
Yeah, I took if you find the on server ad player, not internal. Yeah, this because it's overridable, so yeah.
Okay. Everything I do now is through Google Calendar.
Thank you for your help.
It's important. It's critical, to my life management as well.
Yeah. I like also, our Google Calendar has a location on it. It shows us on a map.
Does it really?
I don't know if you can see this. It's pretty much illegible.
Yeah,
it's just like a big bright. Like I don't got that HDR on this camera. There's a big blue sea and a little map location on it. I wonder why it even tried to do that. It's not like there's a location.
Where is it putting us?
Oh, you know what? The location is twitch.tv/Jeff and Dom.
Okay.
It's like trying to search for that.
Hey, that is where we are right now, so it ain't wrong. That's really funny.
There's my rough neighborhood in Berkeley, North Berkeley.
Oof.
I've never been to me.
It doesn't exist.
Too bad.
Yeah, you think you could have searched the web for that, but nah.
No, it's fine. We'll be back, Google Maps, but not right now. Actually, I didn't want to close you. Yeah, so we were talking about object-oriented patterns where this is like non-trivial business logic.
Right, like this should be into, I guess there are a lot of things you might want to do with a player. Like I could have just called network add player for connection and instantiate my own thing, but I also wanted the start position stuff, so I don't know.
What does add player for connection do? There's a lot of stuff. This is important.
Yeah, this is, and I don't think this is overridable. I think this is the internal.
I like code that I cannot overwrite.
Yeah.
But I suppose they consider this to be like, you may want to do something completely different to this.
I think this is the default implementation, and yeah, we could choose other starting positions.
Okay.
So I wasn't super mad to copy this. I was like, I want the default implementation +1.
Yeah. What sometimes happens is you have the thing I'm thinking of in particular is like the Uber entity. Like you have entity.cs or entity.cpp. It's like the main entity class. And it has a bunch of update functions. And it has like a main update function that calls all the other functions in a very specific sequence with like flags and stuff like that. And invariably, you have the one entity that you need to do something different on, and it's hard to encode that variability in the parent class. So what you end up doing is making that update function a virtual. And then what you do is you like copy that huge page, like multiple pages of code.
Oh, that's the worst.
Paste it in the child class, make your local adjustments. And then what happens is when the parent class's update function evolves, the child classes that you had copied the code are just fucked. Yeah. Very common thing. I'm kind of getting PTSD just thinking about it right now.
Yeah, I'm hoping this does not turn into that. I don't think it does because it will do different things.
Yeah.
So, And then the other thing I changed that was big was the turret script, wherever that is.
Oh, yeah.
And then in the aiming, down near the bottom, I can't quite see it behind my face.
Okay.
There you go, lines 28. That used to be game object get component player mover, so it would target players.
Yeah.
Now it gets every affiliation and aims.
We're looping over everybody here. Is that the idea? We are over the enemies.
We're looping over every affiliation. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Oh, this is cool.
Yep.
Yeah, and like
I bet it's slow.
it's probably slow. I mean, what this is probably doing is iterating over every game object and then getting this right.
Yeah.
And I guess they do layers. I need to like sit down and learn more about layering in Unity. There might be some way of doing a geographic, like a kind of like area query, but I'm not sure. Like in Manchester, we had to deal with the whole spatial indexing, right? And
that feels like something that Unity should handle for us, since transform is like the lowest level thing that everything has to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, because starting within your range would be much better.
Yeah.
But nothing else changed. It's just the set of objects that we target is different. So turrets will fire at turrets of the other team. It's great.
Yeah. The nice thing about I'm philosophizing a lot today, but I just need to get it out of my system, and then you just have to sit there and bear it, and then we can.
That's good. I mean,
but like
you just give me a slight pass. It's been quite possibly the longest day, and so I'm gonna philosophize. But philosophize at me, I'll take it in.
Okay. I was gonna make a comparison between like this and like the ECS style, where like in ECS, what we do is we have like an outer loop and an inner loop, right? We have an outer loop of all of like these things basically.
Yep.
And then an inner loop of like the things that it was targeting. And the problem with this, and again, it's not anything about your code, it's just the paradigm that we're in. The problem with this is that the targeting happens once per turret, and every time a turret does this, they have to pull the full list of. They have to search the entire object graph for all of the affiliations, and we're doing this once for every turret, right?
Correct.
So when it was like a system level thing, we could just like do this once, right?
Yep.
Get all of our affiliations, and they would just be ready to go, you know. Anyways, that's my philosophical point. Not that interesting.
No, it is interesting. I'm curious if Unity does anything to optimize that, because I feel like find objects of types in the same frame should be memoized. Like that actually shouldn't run two queries if I call that.
I've been quite tempted to like replicate some ECS patterns ish, where what we would do is I'm not doing it right now, but like in our list of managers, we'd have the turret manager, right?
So by the way, I just opened up the docs for find objects of type, and like right at the bottom, there's a description that says, "Note: this function is very slow. It is not recommended to use this function every frame."
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, in most cases, you can use the Singleton pattern instead.
The Singleton pattern. Okay, yeah. So what they're saying is like when you create an affiliation, the affiliation adds itself to a list somewhere, and then when you delete it, it removes itself from a list. Something like that, right? And the list is the Singleton.
Yep.
I'm guessing.
Because this is looping over every game object instead of giving us.
Yeah. So if we're making a Singleton already that enumerates these things, maybe we could have the turret manager that gets updated and then it does the thing, right? And then what happens inside the update of an individual turret may end up being nothing, question mark. Might not be the worst thing in the world. I don't know. Anywho, for the time being, I'm into it. So now it targets its enemies. We check to see if it's in range, right? And then basically, it says the last one in this list that is in range, I'm going to target it, right? Is that the basic idea? Oh, no. This is actually, I'm going to find the closest enemy.
The closest, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Sweet.
So I think those are the main changes. I did a bunch of model stuff and some bloom stuff, but
All right, makes sense. I want to build turrets.
Yeah.
I guess we can start like last time, not worry about the builder and just like make the turrets.
this was all in the service of that because I was like, to build turrets, the turret needs to not shoot me. So
Yeah.
now
Okay.
now you are set up for success.
The way that we did building various things originally in like 2D Manchester was to hold down a button, and then that was what you'd build. I think what makes a little bit more sense is to have a selected secondary item that you can do, a right-click action, so to speak, and maybe that is hotkey triggered. But
Can we like? I'm curious how Fortnite works. Like, can we find a clip of how that builder UI works? Because that game has such complex building. For no good
we need
reason.
to play. I need to actually play Fortnite, and we need to actually play Fortnite, right?
Yeah, we should do that. Let's get a game going this weekend. I've got the full PC set up now, and also we can just play it on PlayStation.
Pro editing techniques.
Yeah, right. Cool. Yeah, that seems good.
Yeah. All right, raise fire.
Good God. Yeah, every time I watch someone do this, I'm so confused.
Yeah, I mean, the other... Whoa, you have a little fox. I love that.
Neat.
I was taking a walk today in downtown Berkeley, and I was thinking to myself, like, I was listening to a video game podcast, and they were talking about Boyfriend Dungeon,
Oh, yeah.
which I think is an RPG, but it's basically a dating simulator.
It's like halfway between a Diablo and a Persona.
Yes, which I'm fucking down with,
Like,
right?
it sounds great. I've heard this is wonderful, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Their conclusion was a bit mixed, but it's like a 6-hour game, so maybe it's just worth playing anyways.
Oh, yeah. I'll do anything for 6 hours.
But like, yeah, it's totally got this like, you got these hot characters that you can kind of seduce or be seduced by, and they turn into weapons
Right.
as well.
Or, like, they're always weapons? It's unclear.
And like, I was just gonna say, like, every game worth its salt needs like a cast of lovable side characters that you have some of which you have sexual tension with, and I think our game has to have that, regardless of its actual gameplay and subject matter.
Did you ever play Hatful Boyfriend?
I did not.
Because this is basically the same as the weapon game, except everything is a pigeon. So I can't explain it any other way.
Yeah, I did play Doki Doki Literature Club.
There you go. Yeah, there's a pigeon. There's his human form. Doki Doki Literature Club. What is that?
It's a visual novel that is like a send up of dating simulators. It's great.
Okay,
but quite dark. Trigger warning. For all kinds of things.
This is I think a very similar game because it is dark as hell.
Okay. Yes. Doki Doki Literature Club is like the trope of like you're like a high school student and you join a club and there's like 5 very hot underage women, girls, actually literally, like that's the actual proper word for it. And it's cool because it's bracketed in the anime kind of world, and we're allowed to have those feelings.
And it's like
when it's anime,
but it's sending the whole thing up. Basically, it's
sending the whole thing up because it gets super dark and weird and
cool.
like yeah.
You have to say, if you ever play this, you are a human. You play the one human. Everyone else is a human-sized pigeon, and it's extremely fucked up. But anyway,
yeah, this featuring Stinky Beak 2044 apparently.
I don't know what's going on there. This reminds me of Boyfriend Dungeon, though, so I think it'll fit a very similar genre.
So what I was saying is that like I'm very into like Hades, and I played Persona a little bit and couldn't get past all the pointless extra fluff in it, but like
so much fluff. Oh my god.
But I mean, the fundamental idea is like a lot of what's motivating the core gameplay loop is like you kind of want to get to know the characters around you, but then you also want to get more powerful because you get more options to talk to the people around you, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Oh man, you know what? You know what I've enjoying in Judgment more than in the Yakuza series, in the mainline series, is I feel like the side characters come back a lot more. There's like fewer side characters that return for many cases in a row, and I'm just like,
yeah,
I want
Who am
story
thinking
updates
of?
from you weirdos.
Yeah. Yakuza had the guy who was a novelist.
No, that's in Judgment too. Yeah, he comes back. He's got like the three
Oh,
puzzle,
he's in Judgment.
three puzzle cases. Yeah.
Oh, I think I'm just thinking of Judgment then. I don't think is there a novelist in Yakuza, or am I thinking of just Judgment then?
I don't think he's the mystery writer, and you unlock his
Yes.
safe, and then you go and meet him at the bar, and you tell him stories about your other stuff. It was great. I was just like, cool, like you get to know these people.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, there's the random hostess woman that you go and you get drunk with because you're trying to teach her how to be a hostess.
Yeah, that was really right. And then, but also she has her friend who you have to keep sending your like least creepy friends to be her clients.
Exactly. Yes, you're actually legitimately trying to help her get better at her job, which is wonderful.
Yeah. Oh my god, I am so annoyed at Ryan the ninja who shows up in every battle, but is like clearly a white guy who's like an otaku.
Oh yeah, I love that guy.
It's really funny.
Yeah, Ryan Acosta.
When like everyone's like very
Yes.
everyone's like, you know he's not a ninja, right? And Yakumi's like, yeah, no, obviously he's not a ninja.
Yeah. Love it. This game is excellent. I hope you're still playing it.
I am. Oh, I'm into it. I got slightly into the mahjong now that a friend taught me how to play it, and it's kind of fun.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually like. It's more fun than many other mini games in that one.
Yeah. So you're doing the actual mahjong where there's 4 players, and you each
Yeah.
have your own hand and everything.
Yep.
Great game.
I've gotten pretty good at my points. I got a couple like 8-point hands. Really clean.
You know who's
clean
good
table.
at mahjong?
Who's that?
Is my grandmother.
Oh,
She
God.
doesn't play as much anymore, but like she was a fucking mahjong badass.
I believe it. There are like so many role varieties in this one, but I need the button I can press that's like, do I have Reachy? Let me know if I can like go into end game mode that I don't think I could do on my own with my own brain. Yeah.
She was able to not only like win, but also like choose the way she wanted to win. You would think that mahjong is like primarily luck based, right? Because it's like, oh, I'm gonna get the things that like come up for my hand, but like I think you can basically count cards in mahjong. You can kind of see what people are like disposing, and you're like,
Well, because
okay,
everyone's throwing away face up, so you can count exactly how much of everything is out in the world.
exactly. So you're just like, I kind of have a good idea of like where this is going right now, you know?
Yeah, that's the pro move.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to do that.
Yeah, neither do I. I always forget the rules, and then I have to be taught again how to do it every single time. People get annoyed at me when I like reach for the like. You know how you draw from one pile, but you do flower replacement from another pile. I think.
Flower replacement?
Are there flower flower tiles in the one that you're playing? Oh, those are just like things that like they're not playable tiles, but you basically put them to the side when you draw them, and you swap in another thing, and because you got them, you get extra bonus points.
Oh, cool. Okay,
Something like that,
It's like a Joker. Neat.
A little bit like that.
Yeah.
Only you don't. It's not. They're not wild. They're just like. Oh, congratulations, you got the daily double or something like that. You know?
Yeah. Strangely fun. I remember the last one of these I played. I was like, oh my god, I can't. Mahjong is just too much. And this time I'm
This
like,
has been playing in the background.
Well?
Oh, my build. This video is kind of not doing it for me, or is this basically the best we can do?
well, I mean, that's my question. Is like I feel like 2 things are happening in this video. One is that you go into a mode, you pull out your little map
Yeah.
to start editing.
This.
Oh. And two is that there's like 4 court pieces he can build, and that's what I'm really seeing.
He's clicking a button here, right?
I think he's doing Q, C, middle mouse button, and I'm not sure what the second item in the list is.
Okay. This is the one game I did play and
cool.
got a little bit. I got a little bit into building stuff. Nothing like my friends and family. He got super into this game and built like extravagant palaces and stuff like that. Oh my god,
that's amazing.
This is like I would imagine Fortnite is in sort of a similar category as this, where I feel like the kind of building that we're interested in doing is like several layers of abstraction simpler than this. We're not like. But basically what you do is you build up in Valheim, you find a menu and you pick the object that you want to build. And then you can kind of like manipulate its angle.
Yeah, I noticed it's snapping them together in a really nice way too.
It is snapping, yeah. The building in this is incredible. This is also a game done in Unity, actually. Very impressive.
Okay.
That impressive demonstration, because I'm sure all of these like individual items are game objects, right?
Absolutely.
And you can build incredibly massive structures with huge numbers of game objects. And how they're able to accomplish that, I would love to hear tech talk about. If that was such a thing.
Is there like a game object limit that we're expecting for Unity?
I don't think Unity will probably let you create game objects until you hit like the 64-bit integer limit or until you run out of memory. But like you still have to iterate over all of these things, right?
True.
So maybe Unity is just really, really good at spatial querying, which is good for us because we're interested in that. Or they're doing something to optimize these structures. Like once you build something. Well, I don't know. All of these little pieces are still individually destructible, so this has to be in a list somewhere. Yeah,
it seems like it's not like merging into one mega object. So
maybe the way they get away with this is that they just write it to disk and then chuck it, you know, when it's not close to you, which is how an open world game probably works, right? Yeah. So you can see he's like destroying stuff and rebuilding it.
Yeah, for really precise placement. I mean, that's really cool.
And it has like a building cursor. So this is how I'm aware of.
Okay.
Now, I think the question that we're trying to answer is a little bit simpler than this.
Yeah.
This is giving me flashbacks of playing Valheim when I like, you know, cut down a tree and then the log rolls down the hill and it's flat and kills me. Yeah. I'm gonna close that for.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah. PTSD.
But I think the question I have is how, like right now the builder cursor is always there, but I think builder mode seems more like what we want.
Yeah.
Or more secondary builder, and we can toggle through what items you build with right click.
Right. So what if in player input we had some kind of mode, right? And this is going to be like really stupid for now. I do build mode.wall. Is that how that works? My first time making an enum.
Can you do just .wall?
Like this?
Yeah. No, .wall. Damn. Okay. That's Swift syntax, and I really like it for enums.
What does dot mean? This current module that we're in?
Well, it's like since it's typed build mode, you just put dot into the enum. It doesn't make you type the enum name every time because it knows what enum you're trying to access.
Do I need to public this?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what's our kind of like rotate build mode option here?
What if scroll wheel? So we have. So you've got left trick to fire, scroll wheel to move.
Although I kind of want to scroll the camera eventually.
I was thinking about that too.
All right, let's do another button. Let's just do Q. How's that?
Sounds good. I was gonna say I would love to see on the screen a little spinning model of the thing you're about to build too. Not to make this extra hard, but
key, get key down. Starting to press down the key. That's what we want.
Yep.
Key code dot alpha.
What? Is it just .q?
Oh.
My favorite Star Trek frenemy.
So this old trick, is this gonna work?
Oh, right.
Okay. What if I just like cast everything to integers? What if I did that? Is that
Huh. Interesting. I googled this and I found someone who wrote a class extension for enums that gave them a next method, which is cute.
this is pretty awful, but I can also I can't make a floating function, can I?
I don't know.
Can I put functions in an enum? Is that possible? You can do it in Rust. Enum extension. Particular enum type. Namespace enum extension. Static class extensions. Enum grades.
So how is extension getting attached to the enum grade? I don't understand.
What is there's a magical identifier. Is it enum extension? Oh, you know what? I wonder if this is Link doing it. Link has all this like magical stuff. Methods inside enum and C#. You can write extension methods.
This is so magic. I don't like it.
Public statics. Oh, because you're saying this stuff S1. Maybe this is just it. This is dumb, but I'm going to do it.
Do it.
Is there no way to make this... Okay, well, we're basically going to copy what... Oh. Gotta be fancy about it.
Is that because it's static?
It's because it's a function.
They mandate functions uppercase in C#? Ugh, okay. I thought that was Unity style for the update and start stuff.
How many parentheses do you want?
At least one more.
Now.
I thought that might be happening.
I don't think I can do it. There's no way I can... I'd have to do reflection here.
Wait, I just saw this. Oh, if type of T is enum, yeah. You can do if type of T is not enum, throw an exception, yeah. You might have to... Here, wait, I'll just send you this one I found.
There's a way to constrain... Isn't there like a where? Like where...
I say the function I found that does this.
Okay.
It does not constrain it in the generic, for what it's worth.
It says where T is a struct.
Well, the immediate next line is, I think, what is making the compiler happy.
I see. I'm not going to fight it. I'm going to...
Cool. Beautiful. So if you name it extensions, what
I don't think it's magical. I think I could call it build mode extensions,
okay,
and it'll be fine. Well, let's see what the type checker does here. When I... Where's my code? I lost my code. Here's my code.
Come on.
Yeah. So...
Wild. Can't believe that works. Shouldn't work.
I don't know. This is a really funny way of doing it. But apparently you can just make classes that I actually like this. This is basically a way that you can monkey patch stuff, right? Like I would love...
What indicates that it's attached to the build mode class, though?
This one.
That one.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably do it with anything, right? We could probably do
I think so.
Oh, we could probably do this player input, right? Oh. And be on our merry way, and that would do it as well, right?
Interesting. Okay.
So we could basically add functions to strings this way. I'm sure, I bet Swift has a thing that's like this. Like if you have a built-in type, but you wanna call functions on it that are like kind of neat.
It has extensions, but you have to attach them. Like they have to be a class extension. You have to tell it what class you're extending. Which you're doing. Yeah, it's sort of, but it's part of the static class name, not the function signature.
Yeah, I confess I don't love this syntax in C# itself, because when we define methods, we're not passing in this. Right. In Rust, when you do a method, you're always specifying the class name in the first argument. So
that's cool. Yeah. So this is reflecting from the this that it gets sent, which is a little weird, but
yeah, it's pretty weird.
It's cool that it works.
That's pretty weird.
Okay, cool. So this should be logging your build mode.
Oh, and this probably needs to be a sync var. No, it's just input, right? It doesn't need to be synchronized.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Let us do some quick testing. Play.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I like how it serializes to a string.
Yeah. Nice. By the way, you should turn on the immediately start as host mode.
Oh, I will do that. How does one do that?
You have to open up the splash screen scene, unfortunately, and change the value there. It's just part of the start.
Is there a way I can do that from code?
I don't know. So it's the debug setup object has a debug state where you can pick at the very bottom. Yeah. So you could certainly give that a different default, but this is sort of the root object that does it.
Right. So if I wanted to change this, I could just do debug state equals this.
Start it.
Right?
Yeah. If you want to set the default. Yep.
Excellent.
Totally.
Level 0.
Yep. But now you're set up, so you don't have to do anything else.
Okay. Okay, now we want to actually build things. So, player input. So what we really want to do is we want to command spawn thing. We're going to assume everything is 1 unit big.
Mm-hmm.
Probably we'd have to make sure that the turret's collision is just 1 unit. It's just a square, but...
I think it is right now.
Is it?
They're not... We didn't place them on the grid, unfortunately, but I think they are 1 unit big, yeah.
I think I saw it. Did we do that?
What's that?
Did you do that? The collision? Box collider? It is box collider.
This is box
Fucking
collider.
fantastic. This is exactly what I wanted.
Nice.
Everything's coming up Millhouse. In the prefab, we need to add. Right.
Now, is there a way we can infer that? I feel like this is the same problem as the network manager where we have to list every prefab manually. That seems
Not
silly.
great, right?
That seems silly, yeah.
What's going on with my syntax highlighting?
Whoa.
Kind of rainbow.
Got some
It's
candy
psychedelic.
cane in there, yeah.
Yeah.
The turret prefab is what did it. Didn't like it. But yeah, is there a way to search prefabs, or can we make like a global list of prefabs that we care about? Maybe that's what the same, like give it a prefab manager that we just like hand stuff to, and we're like, the network needs to instantiate these.
I'm into it.
Yeah. Yeah, we can request it from our builder. I'm just...
You're just tired of this shit.
Well, I think I'm annoyed by similar but different things than you, where I'm just like, come on, Unity, like...
Yeah.
You gave me this thing called a prefab, and you have failed to like provide me all the things that would make it easy to prefabricate them.
Yeah. And this is going to be just super dumb, right?
Mm-hmm.
Prefab manager. And then we're going to have the prefab of the prefab manager.
I would give it the prefab manager script, because... Oh, I mean, are we going to give it a prefab? It doesn't need one. Well, maybe when there's a second level.
We might want to, when there's multiple scenes, we'll probably want to use this multiple times, right?
That's fair. A whole lot of things become prefabs at that point, though, which will be interesting.
You got both of them now? Oh, yes. Okay, thanks.
Right, so I'm going to put this in here, and there's going to be this highly entertaining thing where I'm going to...
Oh, to do your prefab manager?
You know what I'm going to call this? I'm going to call this the... How do I rename this?
What's happening behind our heads right now?
It's going to have a very pedantic name.
Object prefab manager. But isn't this the prefab object prefab manager? No, I'm just fucking with you.
Can I rename a script in here? Is that possible? I can't.
No, you can rename the script or make a new one.
And will it point to the right thing? I don't think it will, right?
No.
It'll lose track, right?
Yeah.
So I'll just do this. Am I just editing? I'm not editing the prefab right now, am I? I'm doing it all wrong.
Yeah, but you can see the blue line where you can apply it to the prefab if you want. You just right-click on it. Added component, apply to prefab? Yeah. There you go. Boom.
I'm going to blow this one away. And then this is going to get renamed to the...
Oh, you did it.
The reason why we prefix it with prefab is it was easy to search for things, right? So we don't want this to pop up everywhere where we type the word prefab. That's all I was going for here.
Totally.
All right, so what this was all about this we can delete. is now we're going to just like... Now, can these be static? Is that... Or do we need to make a singleton?
Well, we only have one in our scene, so
We could do the find thing.
We should make a singleton though. The find thing is bad, yeah.
God damn it, dumb.
I opened the can of worms. I'm gonna try to close it too.
Yeah, I had a manager that did this.
I put a bunch of manager objects in the management scripts folder because...
Yeah, I was looking. What is game objects? Does it just keep creating this?
No, I made that. I was gonna nest other stuff, but I decided not to.
How does it even showing up? Is there a git keep in there?
I think so, because Unity knows about it. Maybe there's a meta.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
But feel free to delete it. It's not important. I was wrong.
Build, destroy, and load. I think this is it. I think I ended up getting rid of my. I
think you did, because don't destroy and load isn't quite a static, or it's not a singleton because it's doing some other stuff.
So we don't want to do this. What we want. I actually kind of want to throw.
Actually, that's pretty close. And then is it public static game object instance? Cool.
So I actually tried to make a base class that did this. And I got pretty far into it, but I got discouraged because you can't do it with network behaviors.
Oh no!
And it's because the base class for this needs to be templatized, right? Because this function needs to be generic. This instance needs to be generic. And network behaviors, you know how he was talking about how they get this magic like code rewriting happen to them, like as a post-processing pass? That is not compatible with generics in a parent class. So
that sucks.
We cannot have nice things.
Fine.
And then just reshaping this a little bit. Okay. What else do we do? Bullets, walls, turrets. That's pretty much it right now, right?
Yeah, I think that's it.
It's having a hard time with my scripts.
You moved it. I think you just need to re-add the component, actually. I'm not sure it's fixable.
No problem. So even just moving the script will do it.
It seems that way, yeah.
Okay. I guess it makes sense. How does it know? How does it know that there's any continuity, right?
Right. Yeah, because like the file was deleted and what? Okay, you got me there. Drag and drop.
Does that work?
Yeah, you can just drag scripts over there. What?
Okay. What am I doing wrong here?
What are we doing wrong?
You need
here?
a game object.
Oh, instance.
Instance is this. Yeah.
Oh, that one is, yeah.
There we go.
But
and now, there's a compiler. That's why it doesn't show
okay.
it. That's what the deal was.
That makes sense. I love it unselected for you. Hey, there we go.
All right. Now we're cooking with gas. Prefab.
Do you love it? It picks the wrong tab for you every time?
Is it like perfectly wrong?
Yeah.
I would be impressed.
Epic scene every time. I don't know why.
I don't know. I guess choosing prefabs is the less common. I don't know. We seem to do it a lot.
It's not prefabs though. It's all assets. It's like scene or every asset, and I feel like every asset is the more common.
Okay, so now we've got this sweet thing. We can kind of get rid of these now,
Yeah,
right?
lose it. Lose it. I don't like it.
And that's going to give us some shit. But we can now do object prefab manager dot get bullet prefab.
See, I'm glad you're on this train. This is a good train.
I just want to do this, but I can't. Is it game object? Prefab. Switch. Build mode. Capital V. Build mode dot wall. Tab dot that equals. Turret.
Turret.
Now, when we create a turret, we actually need to set its affiliation, do we not?
Yeah. Interesting that.
It's having a hard time
Yeah.
with this. Use of unassigned local variable prefab.
Oh, you need a default case or a null check. Because right now prefab can still be nullable. But default, I mean, I'm not sure what default is. That probably works.
It's because we have that count variable in there, which is not great. I think maybe with enums it might be worthwhile to do some reflection, although that might incur some runtime cost. I wish there was like a static evaluation of a function call that was just like, give me the number of items in this statically, compile that into an integer into, do you know what I'm saying? Like into the game. Use switch expression. Oh, can I? Oh, wait, I think I read about it.
Will it
Wait
fix
a minute.
it?
Does C# have a switch expression? That's not what I want. I want Chrome. Expression. So this is cool. This is starting with C#8. So the question is Unity mono C# version. Actually, I should just switch expression. Can we have nice things? Yes, we can. They're talking about pattern matching. Okay, fantastic. So this is cool.
Nice. That's really cool.
A switch expression is really ugly, but it's fewer lines of code. And then what is the default? How do you do that? Underscore.
Underscore,
Great.
yeah.
Okay, that's the autocomplete. Nice.
Weird.
Pretty good.
That's
right?
cool. I like that, yeah.
I mean, we could even just bake it into this inline, but I think that's going to give you a aneurysm. So here's a question. How do we set the affiliation correctly?
Right. Well, so
Can we just set it on the thing?
yeah.
Not a wall anymore. Now it's an object, right? So now we actually want to do a switch again. Plain old Switch this time.
You know, I was just thinking that it'd be interesting if walls had affiliations too.
I see what you're getting at. What if we did this?
Yep. I like that, yeah.
And this is a sync var, right? So we could do affiliation dot team equals team, or do I have to get my own affiliation?
You have to get your own, yeah.
Love it. All right.
That's clever. Okay, so you should be able
We're going to spend... Don't worry, Dom. We're going to spend like the next 90 minutes doing a really bitchin' UI element for this.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because we know that's really what we want.
I'm curious about getting a spinning 3D element in camera space that's not in the projection, actually, so I'm curious how we're going to tackle that.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I think my little...
Let's see.
Debug mode hack didn't work, or there's something else going on. That looks all pretty good.
I would go take out the debug mode, sadly.
Okay.
Well,
no problem.
Let's at least eliminate that. But I used it
as a possibility.
Yeah,
yes.
I used it yesterday, so I'm surprised.
How are we doing over here? Other Unity. It's going to ask me to reload. Oh, no. I think I just fucked something up.
Okay. Well, that's interesting.
We're not getting any exceptions here. It doesn't look like.
So there's a couple of things.
I did not instantiate. I did.
It's in managers. It should be here.
Yeah.
And the only thing that depends on it right now is this. So I mean, this
clearly
is,
the player is having a hard time.
Yeah, I was gonna say
right?
This is the view of the server started. There is no player.
Yeah.
You didn't change anything in player creation. Wait, you did change something in that file. You deleted some stuff from that file. What'd you clean up? Oh, just system collection. No. No, and there's no error.
That shouldn't matter.
That should be fine.
What?
Huh.
And one thing that's unfortunate about this file is that like the diffs are basically illegible, right?
Yeah, it reminds me of Xcode. Those UI files are they're just silly to diff.
Okay, and there's basically no player because we would see the player here, right? In the inspector.
That's correct. So you could put some logging in on network on player add. Is it still running on the right? It's not. That game has long been paused.
Oh, you're talking about this other editor here. Let's just eliminate.
Let's lose it. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Oh, I'm so glad that it didn't recompile right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a small miracle.
I think it might be time for me to get a new webcam.
Yeah, you feeling it?
Well, this one, like, I turn this like sallow color as soon as the sun goes down, and I don't like being sallow.
Well, do you need a webcam or do you need a fill light?
You're right. Do I need better shit? I need better shit.
Yeah,
That's true. I don't think that thing is getting instantiated anymore. What did I do?
Damn.
How did I screw it up?
Our command request. I mean, this command isn't even being called yet, so it should be fine.
Yeah.
Does the player?
Do I need to?
I was say, do you want to look at the player input prefab real quick?
Yeah.
Or the player prefab? Yeah. I mean, player input looks...
Still got... Oh, this is the turret of... That's confusing. This is the turret of the tank.
Oh, that is confusing, yeah. But that's okay. Huh.
That looks good. And yet, I don't see my little debug log here.
Earlier?
All right.
Oh, you're playing from the prefab, but it won't.
No, I wasn't playing it. I was trying to go back.
Oh, okay. Ugh. I can't see that. Damn. What changed?
Is this thing working correctly?
That did change.
Let's get some classic Jeff Lee debugging going here. It's pretty indiscriminate.
I like it. I use that style a lot when this point is hit.
I'm feeling very saucy. It'll be multiple A's. Do I like this? I don't like the interruption, that's for sure. I'm gonna submit a PR to remove that from there.
It stopped your build. Okay.
A and C.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Now, it's weird to me that... Oh, and there's no... I thought there was an F, but that's finished loaded C. No F, no D. Huh. Well, maybe there's always Oh, okay. Here's the thing that's happening. And maybe this is important. We hit level 0. We see that we don't have a network manager because it's not in this scene. So we go back to the splash screen. And then we go through the network setup flow. But the object prefab manager is unloaded when you leave the scene. So does the singleton last past the scene instance, and is that messing us up? I don't know the answer to that. It looks like it's there. I wonder if something is trying to access the wrong one.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not clear, like, if we're not doing don't destroy unload, at what point are scene objects cleared out and cleaned up?
They are definitely going to be clean. The object prefab manager is definitely going to die at the end of the scene because nothing is keeping it. There's no don't destroy on load.
Right.
I suppose it is a problem if you create the next scene before you and you awaken the second one before you destroy the first one.
But there's no second one. Okay.
But it should, first of all, we should only be creating the object prefab manager for scene 0, right? Like it shouldn't even exist on the networking ones.
Yeah.
Is that a problem? Does the player exist in the other scenes?
No.
It doesn't.
No, not at all.
And it shouldn't even matter because it's not like the player is doing anything with the prefabs. It like calls a function at runtime to get the prefabs, right?
If you remove the calls to the prefab manager in
Player input.
Yeah, does this work?
Yeah. Good call.
Gotta get them staff engineer books somewhere.
Yeah. Player input. So you're basically just saying let's just chuck all this.
Yeah, let's just comment the whole thing for a second. From spawn to yeah. And we use it other places too, which is a bummer.
That's it, right?
I think so. Let's find out.
So now we should be like totally fine, right? There's no offending code anywhere. There's nothing new. To be honest, that's what I expected. Could try one more thing.
Take out the scene. Yeah.
I can just disable it, right?
Does that work the same? I'm never quite sure on how effective that is.
All right, let's not leave anything to chance.
It's a prefab. It's easy to bring back.
Yeah. So when I run this scene, how does it know to jump here again?
The very start of level 0, if it sees no network manager,
Does the scene load?
does the scene load? Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well, okay.
Okay, that's okay. I think we somehow fucked ourselves, and we need to unfuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What did I want to look at the diff again? I mean, we could reset the level. Maybe that's an interesting one.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you just want me to discard this?
Yeah.
I could also quit Unity and start it again.
Always a good option.
Yeah. It would be disturbing to me if that was if it works though.
I've seen disturbing her.
You see disturbing her. All right. I'm a little puzzled. This
So-
is just me being able to read the vendor code.
What's new in the network manager? Why is that scene lowercase? That's weird.
Which one?
Oh, there's a diff in the network manager. I guess it's just that the directory changed. Huh. It's fine.
Okay, we're gonna try the nuclear option here.
Do it. Ouch.
My kingdom for Unity remembering the project that I had open last.
That's not how Unity works.
Yeah, I have to use Unity Hub, which, as you notice, I've kind of thrown to the wayside a bit.
Because it's terrible.
Yeah. You know what I don't have in my neighborhood that I really need?
What's that?
A late night pizza slice.
You know, there's just not enough of those anywhere.
What's the food scene like in your new neighborhood? Let's talk about it.
My neighborhood food scene particularly weak. The walking game is nothing.
I don't want to dox you.
Yeah, don't do it.
Okay. But I wanted to know what your haunts were in New Haven.
I'm gonna check right now. I'm gonna see what's up in late night.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good daytime pizza, which is quite the start.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, it's better than Berkeley pizza.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. All right, so we're kind of like in a permanent mode of duress here. So the super nuclear option will be
Stash it all.
yeah. Oh, you know what? I don't know if stash is going to be that effective for us, right?
If you added that to the stash, it would have taken it out.
Not new files, right?
You can add new files and then stash them.
Oh, you have to add them to index, right?
Yeah, you have to stage them and then stash them.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'll do what you're talking about. Add dot. All right. And now, it should ask me to reload. I'm gonna just really wipe the slate clean here. This is game development, right?
Is this game development? Or is this Unity development? No, this is pod racing, as they say.
I made that joke at work one time, but I don't think anybody got it. I think,
Oh,
I think
really?
I'm too old. Yeah.
I mean, how long ago did Star Wars Episode 1 come out? 30 years?
It was 98.
Okay, 20 something years.
Or 98 or 99. Okay, so this works. That's good. So clearly
It's one of those.
we're going to introduce changes one at a time.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Does it still work?
Pop that debug mode on there. It works great.
Pop the what on?
The debug mode. The thing we
Can I just do it in
originally played.
code? What if I did it in code?
Yeah, it's the default. Yeah, totally.
Debug setup.
Oh, you know what? I bet the prefab that's instantiated from that sets its value. So, whatever.
Okay.
I was trying to save you some clicks. It works. That's what's important. It just put that there. Haven't sorted it out yet. That's the default location though, which seems wrong. Okay, that looks normal.
So, that's a comment change. It's not going to do anything. Let's start with the big one. Yep.
Sounds good.
It's a list, is it not?
It is a list.
It's shorter than manager by 3 characters. I had a script from here. And it's just a mono behavior, right?
Mm-hmm. I miss this mute button so much that I could chew on camera without crunching into the mic. What a delight.
Yeah. Now people think you're a barbarian.
Let them think it.
Okay.
Does it work?
We're taking extreme baby steps here. Great.
I want to know what did that to us. So my next guess is the the instant stuff. I'm really curious.
The Singleton.
Every time. You took out the extension package, right? I did too. You took out the shortcut package, right?
The snippets,
yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It's amazing how it is like radically worse than the TypeScript plugin. Because you would think that C# like sets the pattern for everything, right?
Yeah.
I think the missing destroy was a problem, I want to say. That we would have had to deal with sooner or later.
Okay.
Is it called destroy?
Delete.
It might be on destroy.
On destroy. But not on awake. Unity.
Yeah. There's also start and enable, and they all have like slightly different semantics.
Oh god. Okay.
Yeah. All right, so that's that.
This should run. Cool. All right, while this is happening, I'm gonna fill my water real quick.
Yep.
Damn prefab selections.
Okay, so far it works.
Okay. We haven't called get yet. Is that correct?
Not. This really could just happen anywhere, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think I'm curious if this works if we don't do that. Well, yeah, we can do this too.
I just want to get the thing out of the way. Let's just continue letting it be walls.
Cool. All right, let's see what we got.
I wonder if it was the missing destroy.
Oh, that'd be very...
It's a little disturbing to me because that means that probably an exception was being thrown, but we saw no evidence of it.
Come on.
It's not spawning bullets,
Okay.
which is interesting.
Nor walls, I assume.
Yeah, no bullets, no walls.
If you look at the pro... Great.
Send command when network client is not ready.
What?
Interesting.
Singleton not initialized.
To prevent exploits from an exception. Singleton not initialized.
If you look in the sidebar, do we have the thing? No.
Does it need to be...
Did we not add it?
It's there.
Oh. Yeah, that looks right.
Client effects is a network. Okay, this is the other thing that's a singleton. Yeah. But it's a network behavior. If something gets instantiated, does it have to be a network behavior to get instantiated on the client at all? That would be weird, right?
I wouldn't think so, yeah. We're supposed to be able to have mono behaviors on their own. I'm just glad we're getting an exception this time. Mm-hmm.
Okay. It starts up, it destroys it because it's a scene switch.
Scene switches. It doesn't recreate it. So if you try to do something now, get will say not initialized.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go. And then it crashes. Yeah.
This is the same Singleton problem we had before, basically. Weird.
Yeah, it's a similar problem that we had before, but I don't know what was happening before. It was like before either we weren't scrutinizing the error messages clearly. Can you see these actually? I don't think you can.
I can see the red one show up.
Okay, yeah. How are we switching back to scene 0? In our scene switching?
It is the level manager. It's not a network transition because if you do that, you don't have a network manager. That's the button you see on death. You got that on your last game.
So what's switching us from
line 18?
It's loading the splash screen.
Yeah.
So what in the splash screen is switching us back to the game? Or to level 0?
The splash screen has the debug that says start as host, so it immediately goes to the network menu, and then the network menu sees that start as host is set, and then immediately starts the game.
So what does start as host mean?
It's like a call for mirror that is that button. Like
how does it know to load scene 0, I guess is the question.
It's the online scene of the network manager. Like it's in the drag and drop for the prefab, but it is the online scene. You have to get it from the prefabs because it's not in the scene by default. There you go.
This feels like a mirror bug.
Hmm.
Nope.
I guess we could make it don't destroy and load. It would always be there and maybe shout sometimes.
We can. Sorry, can you say that one more time?
Oh, we could do don't destroy and load, and it might put an error up when it gets reinstantiated. Maybe we should just put the list on the player input, call it a day. I've rabbit holed this, I'm sorry.
No, but I mean, I think what we're trying to understand is why a mono behavior in the scene doesn't load on the client.
Yep.
When you... And so I think this is actually a pretty basic principles question. I mean, we can hack around it, but we're just going to run into it again.
Well,
right?
do you need the object to be instanced in the scene to access the singleton? Or is it in memory?
So what I don't know is that the prefab, that object, I don't know what it is. Like, I wish it was just a fucking string, right?
Yeah.
'Cause that's actually the problem that we're trying to solve is like, why can't we just like call get the prefab and have that be fast? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What if part of the level manager awake just instantiated this prefab list and called it a day? Like it'll show up in the hierarchy. It makes one of them we call into the class to get it, but the start of the level always instantiates it. Is that weird?
It's not.
It's only on the client.
Is the level manager singleton?
The level manager per the level. No.
Yeah, but how do we get the level manager from the player?
I'm not saying we do. I'm saying that the awake method should just instantiate the. It should just make a new object prefab list game component and like stick it on itself.
Yeah, but how do we do this to get at the prefab?
I mean, it just needs to be instantiated. Oh, the prefab. Oh, shit. Right.
Okay, let me at least read the docs and.
Yeah, the mirror source, because mirror does use a lot of singletons.
Spawning game objects. Do we have anything that's a mono behavior? The camera's a mono behavior, is it not?
Mm-hmm.
Right. This should be the same fucking thing as the object prefab list. Right?
Yeah. So,
Right. This, like, the object prefab list isn't doing anything unique at all. In fact, I could just like comment all this stuff out, right?
Huh.
And in the player input script, I mean, this should really be complained to me, but like I can still keep the static here. This doesn't do anything.
Right.
I can just return null here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this should be totally kosher, and this shouldn't be any different than the camera, right? Or the primary light.
Mm-hmm. But they both show up.
So let's try this again. No, that's interesting. I'm back in the buggy situation.
Oh man, I don't like it.
And then what did I even change? What if I just...
Right. You know what's different? Singleton.get is returning null, and then we're calling a method on null elsewhere.
But we're not calling it. It's not actually getting called.
It's not
right?
getting called. True.
Like, the mouse isn't being clicked. Like, neither of these commands should be getting called at all.
Right. It should take activity to crash it. Huh. What? Man, what the hell?
I think we've completed one full circle, right?
Yeah, but we don't know.
Did I forget something?
No, but I don't know what did it. What? Oh, Jeff, it's so annoying.
Okay, let me get back to this situation, right? And I'm a little bit worried that what this is mirror. Like, it's rewriting code in here, right? And we don't really know what it's doing.
Shit. Huh.
Here's another thing I would like to try. Is there a way we can get back to the default mirror hosting thing?
Sure. You can drop the network manager prefab and drop network manager prefab onto this scene. Prefab network manager, yeah.
This one? Oh, okay.
Yeah, just drag it in here.
Do any of these have don't destroy unload?
No, the debug thing does, but none of these should.
And the debug thing gets spawned
In the splash screen.
in the splash screen.
Yeah.
So if I just add this network manager in here,
Yep, pop it in.
fine. And that's it?
And then I would add the network HUD as a component to this instance of the prefab. No, in the scene view, find our prefab network manager and add a component to it. So we don't want to touch the prefab. We want to touch the instance. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and then drop something on there.
That's it?
Yeah, that should restore the original behavior. You can check the level manager script. You could disable it. But I think if it finds a network manager, it should not. It shouldn't go back if it finds one. But let's see. Okay, I don't know what happened there. That's interesting.
Well, the team network manager is still running, right? Is this doing anything?
Just setting teams.
That should be fine.
Yeah. Maybe take the offline scene away from this instance of the network manager as well. The splash screen is what it loads for that. On the right side, scene management, offline scene. No, it's there.
Sorry, I don't see it.
Right above your cursor, yeah.
This one?
I need a better pointer in Zoom, sorry. Whew, that's very strange. I don't know why it's jumping to that. But I do not like it.
Okay. Are these things pre-configured? Do we always set these up? Was it part of a mirror tutorial to choose level 0 in this?
It recommends that for the online scene. Yeah, that's what transitions when the server starts.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. All right. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty confused. I'm willing to blame my own scene shenanigans for this one, though.
I don't know if that's the case, but I'm trying to eliminate it as a variable, and I can't get it into that state. You know?
Yeah. Well, delete the other scenes.
Okay, this is pretty nuclear here.
Let's see what we can do. Can't transition if they're not there. I mean, I get the sense we're about to reset. We're going to reset the repo in a second anyway, so.
Yep.
Okay. So let's look in the console. Splash screen cannot be loaded. Yeah.
So something was trying to load the splash screen.
I think the level manager. I'm not sure disabling it did the thing you thought it did. I don't trust disabling. It looks active in the scene.
Yeah.
I don't know what disable does. Cool.
Okay, so we're back in the state that we were before, because like the
Oh, what? Oh, okay. I guess that needed the player script does need to use that though. That's an exception. Just go into player script and you can delete that too off the player prefab. It's not useful.
oh, the player script was pointing at it.
The player script.
Where is it?
Or
Or do I just delete it off the?
probably off of.
Okay.
As I say, literally none of this, except for camera follow matters.
Okay.
All right. Well, I should have made a bowl of spaghetti out of this.
Object prefab list is there. Okay, well, I'm going to start to gradually reconstruct this.
Cool.
So I don't necessarily think it's your code. Like, again, it has something to do with like the scene transition and switching between scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I think this is now fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is all like situation normal.
Yeah, let's see how this works. You can, you should be able to restore the scenes from Git with this. I think the level manager change is what's going to keep it working here if the scene wants to be the network scene. Okay. That took long enough. Sorry. And then Q, right click, turret?
It's not building that.
It's
oh,
still
because we
doing.
just have it on the wall. We need to get that code back real quick.
Yep.
I feel like we can have everything we want.
I hope so.
We just maybe need to understand what we're doing. Object prefab list.
Oh, your wall and prefab are wrong.
Wall prefab, prefab, wall prefab. Oops.
Oh. I like that for a second time we just picked backwards.
You know,
It's great.
I'm a fickle creature. Maybe I should just roll down to campus and get a pizza slice. I have a pizza on the mind.
Do it. Yeah, you seem intent.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Now we're talking.
And then now, if I fire up a second.
Oh shit.
Just want to make sure the affiliation works correctly, you know?
Uh-huh.
All right, second Unity.
Where is it?
It's still coming.
Oh. I like that it remembers your Windows settings.
So I can theoretically join at any time. Is that the deal?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. There we go. Client.
Hit client ready.
Oh, this looks really cool zoomed in like this, doesn't it?
Yeah, the tiny play view is a real crappy version of this because it looks awesome otherwise.
Okay, so it is not changing my build mode.
Really? SyncFire? Seems unnecessary. Yeah,
it does, doesn't it?
Wait, if you change the build mode on the other player, does it change this player's? Yeah, that's probably not how it works, but... can you lay a turret down as blue?
Yeah.
Okay. Now can you lay a turret down as red?
No.
Great. Okay. Well, it's wild. I see...
Where's the console here?
I see at the very bottom of the screen it says build mode turret, too.
Oh, that's the blue side.
No, on the red side, that's the most recent console log as well.
On the red side? Where are you seeing the console log?
The extreme bottom of the screen, like the last... yeah, where the dock would show up. It says build mode turret on the red window at the bottom.
Oh, you know, I've got fucking zoom.
Oh, shit.
Does the command...
This runs on the server.
Okay. That checks out. So it has to be...
has to be a SyncFire. That's okay.
That's fine. That at least makes a whole lot of sense, right?
And I like that we can understand what it did there. Unlike the rest of this.
Yeah. The other stuff is a little bit mysterious. If for nothing else, just come on, just stop. Just.
It started. It's in mode. Oh.
I wanted to turn it off and let it reload. I think it's because these two buttons were overlapping. It didn't know what to do.
Oh, funny.
Sometimes I don't know what to do with myself. You know.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Damn. I see.
Okay.
I see it logging. It's so close. Can we just send the build mode in the command? Is that possible?
Yeah, that's way better.
Like that.
It's like way better.
I feel like that solves the problem. Yeah, we don't actually need to broadcast this change.
Yeah.
Okay to place wall. Wait, that's the wrong function.
I'm just like on autopilot. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
that's it. It's no longer sync. Did we get hacked? Please say we got hacked. I really want to get hacked.
Well, it's back on.
Oh, okay.
Yes, maybe someone is antagonizing us, and if so, it's very frustrating. And fuck them.
Oh, huh. We seem like small potatoes, small fries.
I wouldn't antagonize us.
We're such nice young men.
Polite young man, Jeff Lee.
Exactly. We're slightly past time. I know it's getting late over there, but I think we can spike the football-ish.
I feel good. It looks great. Yeah.
I want to get a turret like right up in the grill of these guys, and then I'm gonna come over here and do the same. Haha! Suck it! All right.
It's fun, right? It's actually fun.
It's actually fun.
We found some of the fun. That's critical.
We're finding the fun. Okay. I will not commit this code yet.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Maybe tomorrow night I can tinker with it. At least get it into a state where we can choose between the scene changing code and this code.
I feel
Yes.
like we have a singleton problem. We have a mirror singleton problem.
Yeah,
And I don't know how to solve it. And it's funny because mirror has like a bunch of singletons throughout.
My theory is that I don't actually have a theory. I wonder if we took all the throws out, would it still like stop on that one screen? You know how it was stopping in the camera view where the player wasn't even spawning? If we got rid of the throws,
yeah,
I do wonder if maybe we're running into this because it's like it hadn't destroyed the old one and it's creating the new one or something like that. Like I change this to enable maybe. But anyways,
yeah. Well,
there are some things we can play with.
Yeah, let's take a look at that tomorrow because I am super curious and I am grumpy at this thing. So,
all right. Well, hopefully your mood will improve.
I mean, I'll take it out on the code.
Yeah. Welcome to game development. This is basically what it is. You're a software engineer. I don't need to lecture you.
I've done this before. Yeah.
I think that's why you're angry. It's just like, oh, this is this shit again.
I know there's a missing comma somewhere, and that's the whole problem.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Exactly. Yeah. Alrighty.
All right.
I guess until Monday then.
All right. I'll see you on Monday.